I'm always ready.
All right.
What's going on, beautiful people? We are at Yellow Bar Street Workout, the home spot for the calisthenics family here in Chiang Mai. Well, one of the spots. There's also bars in East, but we rep Yellow Bar. We rep Yellow Bar, right, guys?
Right now.
Repping Yellow Bar. And so in this video, we're gonna do 2 quick tips, kind of like 2.5 tips that are gonna help you out if you're struggling to gain balance on your handstands. So the handstand can take a while for a lot of people to unlock because it's really hard to, balance on your hands because we usually balance on our feet, right? Ganji's laughing at me. All right, so anyway, these 2 tips are gonna help you. So the first tip is with your hands, right? So if you're balancing on your hands, what a lot of people do, a lot of beginners do, is they'll keep their hands flat on the ground. You don't wanna do that. So what you wanna do is you wanna actually curl your hands so they look more like this, right? Now I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna throw on a quick little B-reel footage so you guys see what it looks like. And the reason you wanna do that is because when you're balancing, if you have a flat hand, all the balancing action's happening at your wrist. And if you keep your hand flat, that's only 1 point of contact with the ground, right? So you're keeping 1 point of contact. But if you curl your fingers and create this tunnel, now you have actually 6 points of contact. You have your the back of your hand here, and you have your 5 fingers in the front. So now as you're balancing, you're actually moving your body back and forth between these points of contact. So you have way more leverage than you would if you're just keeping a flat hand. And the way this works is when you once you start like tipping forward, if you start losing balance this way, you press into the ground this way with your fingertips. And if you start falling backwards, then you press into your heel. And it's kind of this back and forth, right? And if you can master that back and forth, you'll be able to hold your balance for a while. Now that's not gonna give you a clean handstand where you're in a straight line like gymnast quality, but that's gonna allow you to stay balanced so that you can then over time clean it up. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is your feet. So what you wanna do is once you get into your handstand, you wanna point your toes. Point your toes and keep your feet together. The reason you wanna do that is because of tension, right? So if you don't point your toes and your feet are kind of just relaxed, it's like you don't have a solid piece of body that you're working to balance. Right? Now your body's trying to balance something that's kind of loose and dangly, right? So you wanna, as soon as you point those toes, what's gonna happen is your calf muscle is gonna flex and it's gonna start creating tension from your toes all the way down through your legs into your hips. That's gonna give you like a stiffer body, which you want because it's gonna be easier to balance than a bunch of legs just kind of going all this way, that way. So that's tip number 2. Now, if, let's go over here for a second. Here we have a pair of parallettes. I keep it like that. So here we have a pair of parallettes. So I actually prefer to do my handstands on these. Now from a balance standpoint, it's harder because you're balancing like this rather than using those 6 points of contact. So from a balance standpoint, it's harder, but it's easier on your wrist. It's way more comfortable on your wrist, so you can stay, you can practice longer without getting that wrist discomfort. Now, the way that fingertip trick works for these is that instead of making the tunnel and pushing back and forth between here, you're gonna actually go this way and that way. So as you, oh, just got sand on my face. So if you're tipping forward, you wanna press down and into the parallette. If you're tipping backwards, you want to press back this way, right? So you're losing balance forward, press this way. If you're losing balance backward, press this way. And you're doing that on the ground here, right? Just like that. And that's how you keep your balance. Now, a great way to begin practicing this is with push-ups. So what I recommend to people is to kind of get used to that pressing feeling with the fingertips and making the tunnel, is to basically do your push-ups that way. So when you get into your push-up position, instead of having the normal flat hand, keep your hands curled like I told you, and as you lower in the push-up, press into the heel of your hand, and as you press up into your push-up, press down into your fingertips, right? So you're basically descending this way, going up this way, descending this way, going up this way. And you're doing this with your hands as you're doing your reps. And that's gonna program your nervous system and kind of get your muscles in your hands used to, going back and forth like this. So then when you take it to the handstand, it's not gonna be a totally new feeling. So when you're ready, go to the wall after you practice the push-ups go near a wall and just kick up and use the wall for support. And then just try to keep your balance. Again, just keep doing that back and forth thing. And if you lose your balance, the wall will catch you. And then just kick off and keep doing it. And eventually, once you get a feel for that, you're going to be able to keep your balance much longer. And then you can work on cleaning up your handstand, which is a totally different topic, which can actually take even longer than getting the handstand the first time. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you have any other tips for anybody else that's watching this that would like to improve their handstand. Just drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm about to go get these reps in. Peace.